Wonderful. What time is it right now?
7 o'clock in the morning.
7. Okay.
Yeah, it is a breakfast session for us.
Mm-hmm. Great.
So thank you everyone for joining the International Society of Wheelchair Professionals informational session. Firstly, we want to take this opportunity to applaud the organizers of the Oceania Seating Symposium for the amazing job and for a successful conference. So a big congrats from us. And we all know the challenges of hosting an international conference virtually. So please know that your team is doing a wonderful job. And a special thanks to Deb Wilson for giving us this opportunity. A big, big thank you on behalf of our team. And I just wanted to quickly run through the agenda of our session today. Since some of you are new and hearing us for the first time, we will kick off with a general overview and then highlight some of our activities. We will then move on to updates from other organizations in our sector and do a brief Q&A. May I please request everyone to mute yourself when entering? Thank you. So after we finish the general overview and then highlight some of our activities, we will then move on to updates from other organizations and do a brief Q&A and then wrap up our session. So let's get started. I would like to invite Dr. Mary Goldberg, co-director of ISWP, to provide us with an overview of our activities. So the floor is yours, and I'm gonna share my screen now. Thank you.
Thank you, Krithika. Thank you so much, Krithika. And thanks so much. This is wonderful, such a wonderful turnout, and wish Debbie and team all the success with the conference. This is so exciting. So we welcome you to please say hi in your language in the chat. Already saw lots of kia oras. I hope I'm pronouncing that accurately. And if you already have something, please join us with a snack or beverage specific to your country. You're welcome to go and grab something if you don't have it already. I know for those of you in New Zealand enjoying the conference in person, you're probably having some coffee or tea. Still a little early for me to go to the wine, especially with a session in a few hours. So my drink is water and boring, but looking forward to seeing what we get in the chat. And would anyone like to share an interesting snack or beverage that they're having? And if so, please hold it up to your camera and unmute yourself and tell us what it is.
I can see Silvana's mate.
Yay, Silvana with the mate again. Wonderful. Thank you, Silvana. Has the mate custom changed yet in light of COVID restrictions potentially lightening up a little bit? Are people able to share once again?
No, not yet, because you have
Not
to
yet.
put your mouth in it. No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Just learned about that custom here recently. Anyone else interested in sharing?
I have a cup of tea.
Wonderful. Thank you. Krithika, it's quite late for you. What are you having?
Plain water in a fancy cup.
Plain water, and sometimes that makes you feel better about your plain water. Wonderful. Well, we'll move on. Please keep your chats coming. It's so fun to see. Oh, I see that Meg is having a watermelon breakfast. Oh, bad Wi-Fi at the hotel. Well, watermelon sounds nice and fresh. Enjoy. We would also love to hear where you're from. So if you haven't already, please type your country in the chat. Already seen some interesting diversity: Sudan, Sweden, Australia, Israel, Argentina, Cameroon, Yemen, Mexico, Colombia. Wonderful. Great. Well, welcome everyone. India, Weesie Walker, USA. Welcome. All right. I am also here in Pittsburgh, PA in the United States. So we will be sharing a little bit today about the separate entity progress. So I'll describe what that means, especially for those of you who may be new to the International Society of Wheelchair Professionals. We'll also discuss a little bit about the wheelchair service provider certification and resources, also how to get involved. And then we are going to open the floor to you all to share a little bit. There are several of you who do want to speak, so I'm going to keep my remarks very brief. Can move on. So speaking, preaching to the choir here, of course, we are all here for the same reason. We are very passionate about this topic. We love collaborating with all of you worldwide. We're here to try to get people to talk and find commonalities in the work that they do all around this need, right, of 70 million people. I think it's really probably up more to like 115 million people I've heard in recent statistics, and only 5 to 15% have access to a wheelchair. So we're here to help serve as a liaison and connect groups together and like-minded people. Can move on to the next slide. We were developed, ISWP has been incubated within the University of Pittsburgh over the last 5 years, always with the goal to spin out into our own nonprofit organization outside of the University of Pittsburgh. So even though our very small core team is located within Pitt, we work very closely with Krithika, who is in India, with Sara, who is in Colombia, and other colleagues worldwide to do what we do. And we are really now a global virtual organization that is connecting organizations together and contributing towards activities in advocacy, training and testing, standards, evidence-based practice, innovation, and a platform for information exchange. Next slide, please. We are moving on. Oh, I got a message, sorry, across my screen, to having a founding board. So of course, being our own nonprofit organization, it requires us to have our own independent board. This was the result of a consultant feasibility study in 2018 that suggested, yes, it is very feasible and a need for an organization that is specifically focused on wheelchairs. On this founding board, we have 11 leaders representing a cross-section of the wheelchair sector. So we have individuals from formerly Motivation, from Latter-day Saints, from Permobile, from ATA, the Argentine Assistive Technology Association, Ritu Ghosh from Mobility India, Paula Rushton from the University of Montreal, all just examples of individuals that are representing both the nonprofit, the for-profit, and the academic sectors. You can move on to the next slide, please. As I mentioned, we are in the process of spinning out to become our own organization. So this means that we are moving forward and developing models for membership that the founding board and other consultants are giving us feedback on. We have officially launched our executive director search. Perhaps Nancy could put her contact information in the chat for any individuals that are interested in applying for this position. We do officially have a position description and a brief on the organization available for those who are interested in applying for that role. We have already received our nonprofit charitable designation, and we are also looking at models for fundraising and just how in general, the ISWP can continue to be sustainable. Next slide, please. So our activities in a nutshell, you have already seen some of these in the intro video, but our primary activities focus on both service standards and product standards. So that's everything from educational materials to help scale training worldwide, to a learning management system that can bring individuals together, connect certified providers together, to product standards work that develops new product standards for wheelchairs, especially those that are in adverse environments. We can move on to the next one. We wanted to make a special announcement about the ISWP Wheelchair Service Provider Certification. This is a certification that is internationally recognized, that acknowledges for 2 years on our website that providers have received appropriate training and also have appropriate knowledge at the basic level. That is demonstrated by passing a basic test, and they also have to commit to ISWP ethical standards of practice. Can we move on to the next one? So there are many different ways to get involved with ISWP. We welcome you to participate. The best way is to subscribe to our newsletter. That's how you can receive all of the updates on the activities and how to get involved, and also by signing up for our membership. So you can do both of these things through the ISWP website. And that's really the gateway to numbers 1 and 2 and 4, and even 6, of course, by knowing what's going on and being able to promote ISWP through the networks. But there are opportunities to participate in committees and working groups, contribute towards deliverables, new training materials, participate in our academic training partners. That's a group that meets bi-monthly and shares their barriers and facilitators to integrating wheelchair service training into their curriculum, as well as participate in a standards community of practice if you're more interested in the product side of things. And wheelchairnetwork.org is our website. There are other resources available, a toolkit that also kind of walks you through each of the training resources that are available, as well as the Policy Advocacy Toolkit, or PAC, that contains both awareness materials and other template letters and things to help you to advocate for appropriate wheelchair services and products in your environments. Perhaps we could also paste those links into the chat. We have several upcoming events. Again, if you sign up for our distribution list, you'll be invited to these. Our next one coming up is on April 8th, Krithika. I think so, yes, in a couple of days at 10 a.m. And that is an update on the latest evidence on manual wheelchair service provision. So in some ways, this is an update to the basic wheelchair guidelines from 2008. Thank you, Sara, for sharing the links. And we can go into the next one. So we welcome you to join our global network now, and we also are excited to open the floor to hear about your organizational or individual updates and how that you contribute to the wheelchair sector. So I will turn it back over to Krithika and Sara, and I'm also happy to take any questions, but perhaps in the chat to keep the floor open for the updates.
Thank you so much, Dr. Goldberg. So moving on, we will hear updates from our group, and we have a long list. So I would like to request everybody to keep your updates to a minimum of 2 minutes, if that's okay, so that we can run through the list quickly. So I'm going to start off by calling out the names, and you can please turn on your mic and your video and start sharing an update from your organization. So first one, we have Chura Damu Negesa from Ethiopia, from the organization AFOS Comprehensive Specialized Hospital. So if you're here with us, please turn on your mic and your video. Okay, I'll keep running through the list then. So Chitu Ronald from Cameroon, from the organization Cameroon Baptist Convention Health Services. And I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing all the names wrongly. My sincere apologies.
Yeah, good morning and good evening to everyone. Sorry, please, you could not see my picture because we don't have electricity here and places are becoming dark and it's already evening here. So I'm presenting my organization, Cameroon Baptist Convention Health Services. In terms of wheelchair rehabilitation services, I'm an associate prosthetist and orthotics. I was trained in Mobility India, where I will undergo my basic training in wheelchair services. My organization is, in terms of wheelchair rehabilitation, before I came as a technician in the organization, there was a provision of wheelchair services for people with disability, especially spinal cord injury and people with bedridden that are not able to use or double amputations. Before I came, they were giving them free wheelchairs. But a moment ago, the free wheelchairs go out of stock. But at this point in time, patients need to source for their wheelchair less than $100. And those wheelchairs are not really appropriate wheelchair because whatever thing the patient has, you use it. That's the ability that the patient has. So, and in line with this, my organization is working hard with the Christian Blind Mission, CBM, and SIPS program to set up a workshop where they can be manufacturing wheelchair right in my country, where you'll be able to help those patients, because there are a lot of them who does not have wheelchair, who really need them. So in terms of wheelchair service, that is basically how my organization runs. But we don't really have an appropriate wheelchair workshop. Whatever thing we have, we easily fit to those patients, which is not really appropriate for them. But that is what we had at hand. Thank you so much. Thanks for everything.
Thank you, Chitu. That was wonderful. Thank you so much for the update. So I'll move on to the next one on my list. Anelia Yang from China, from the organization Guadwang Lofandi. Okay, not here with us today. So I'll move on quickly to Weesie Walker from US National Registry of Rehab Technology Suppliers.
Yes, thank you. It's Weesie Walker for Louise. Yes, I'm the executive director of the National Registry of Rehab Technology Suppliers, better known as NARTS. It's a professional organization that supports providers of complex rehab technology, seating, and mobility based in North America. It would be impossible for me to tell you all that NARTS offers for the clinicians and people who use wheelchairs and seating and providers in just 2 minutes. So I hope you'll visit our website at narts.org, where you can learn more about NARTS, our online education, and our bi-monthly publication directions. And I think you would find a lot of helpful resources and information on seating and mobility. Our online education includes live and on-demand webinars on topics geared for clinicians and providers of seating and mobility. And that would include evaluation, best practice, and technique. The on-demand library has dozens of high-quality presentations So please visit our website and get your free, well, it doesn't show up, does it, with my background? But please, you can get a free subscription to Directions, and I think you would find it would be worth your while. And if you ever have any questions, you can reach out through the website and I will contact you personally. And thank you for including me and for all that you do for the people who need our services. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So next up from the list is Lori Rosenberg and Naomi Jeffin from Hebrew University of Jerusalem and ALYN Hospital. The floor is yours.
Hi, so I'm Lori and Naomi is here somewhere. We're just going to do a share screen if we can and show you what we're doing. No, I can't. Did you give me the share screen option, Krithika?
I can, Lori.
You can.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
it's you to the share screen.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so like we said, I'm Lori and Nomi's here too. I work at the Hebrew University and Nomi is the Deputy Director of Aline Hospital, and both of us do research at Aline Hospital. My research, Nomi, you want to talk about yours first?
My research has been developing and modifying a simulator for powered mobility. The first study was validating it for the use with children. It's a simulator that was developed in McGill by Philippe Archambault. The second study is an intervention study that's been submitted for publication, and it's comparing powered mobility and simulator-based training. The study showed that the simulator in fact enabled children to practice and even become proficient drivers. I'm now doing a postdoc with Philippe at McGill to continue developing the simulator for authoring and personalization tools.
And I did my research for the doctorate on a summer camp for children who have complex learning contact physical disabilities in order to help them learn powered mobility. And it's available. The main article is at the Canadian Journal of Occupational Therapy. And there you can find the protocol of the intervention. And if anyone's interested, please contact me. I'd be happy to share with everyone. And we wanted to share with you next some of the projects that we're working on now. Collaboration. The next. So together, Naomi and I have been working together with a lot of international experts, and we want to say thank you to everyone who's here today, who's been part of the team, working on a new
online.
No, you're online here, yes, working on a new powered mobility progression measure, the PPPM, 3PM, progression of pediatric powered mobility, which is hopefully will be it's been submitted and hopefully will be published soon. And it should help us in powered mobility be able to monitor the change and the progression through the different stages of learning that we all learned from Rosalind and from Debbie Field and Rosalind Livingstone, looking at many different factors. And again, I say it was a collaboration of a lot of wonderful people around the world, and a great fun to work with everyone to create it.
If anyone is interested in a copy, just reach out and we'll share it with you.
You gonna go on, Naomi?
Yeah, sorry. We're working on some more projects at the moment. One, we're going to be starting soon, hopefully, a project with the BCI collaboration, maybe with a group in Canada on powered mobility with wheelchairs for children with neuromuscular disorders. We're going to be doing a review of headrests developed by Headovation. And we're going to be starting now very soon a collaborative research on seating issues and solutions with people for individuals with Duchenne and Becker. We're working with a patient nonprofit group that are interested in talking with their population and trying to understand what seating challenges they have. So we'd love to collaborate and reach out.
We just wanted to say how much we love collaborating with other people and how much it enriches everyone's work and everyone's lives, and it's great fun. And we invite anyone who's interested to join us. That's our emails are here.
Put them in the chat.
Almost, Lori, Naomi. So I'm just gonna move on to the next one on the list. Norma Jiménez from Telethon, Mexico.
Hi.
Norma.
Hi, everyone. I am Norma. I'm an occupational therapist. I work in the Telethon Foundation. I'm certified by a service provider wheelchair since 2016. It's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Norma. So next up is Carolyn Farrar from Independent Living Center in Tasmania.
Oh, thank you, Krithika. Yes, I'm Carolyn, occupational therapist in Tasmania, so it's nice and early here, but well worth getting up for the early start. Independent Living Centre has mainly occupational therapists, but we do have physiotherapists as well, and we service the northern Tasmania and southern Tasmania as well, with an office in the north and the south. And we have a variety of caseload, but I see quite a few people that have got seating issues and pressure issues and need prescription of wheelchairs. So it's been wonderful to update my knowledge and learn more about prescription of wheelchairs, and also getting the other resources from other people who are participating in this conference. But it's quite exciting as to what's available, and it's lovely to be able to help people be able to, I guess, it enriches their lives to be able to have a wheelchair that they can access the community and access, do what they need to do in their lives. So thanks very much.
Thank you so much, Carolyn. So next up is Abir Mitra from International Committee of the Red Cross, ICRC, from Sudan.
Hello, Krithika. Good evening, good afternoon to all of you. I work for International Committee of the Red Cross presently in Khartoum, Sudan. Here in ICRC, Physical Rehabilitation Program is supporting an autonomous organization called National Authority of the Prosthetics and Orthotics under Ministry of Social Development based in Khartoum. And also we are supporting 7 other state centers with imported raw materials, machines, component, including those wheelchairs, support seat, and educational and training programs to build capacity of technical workforce and sustain the project in near future. So last year we have piloted here ISWP certified wheelchair service training package basic. And that was also in blended mode, collaborating with Mobility India as per WHO guidelines for less resource settings. And we also have experienced interactive participations and wonderful learning outcomes through such training program for the first time in Sudan. The country till that time was not having appropriate wheelchair service provision. However, we are looking forward to receive such ground results, actual outcomes of those training program. And this summer, we are also planning to conduct the intermediate level. So I wish you all a good time ahead, and that's all from my side.
Thank you so much, Abir. Next up is Chandra Panda from Seat Tech, Enable Ireland. Are you with us, Chandra? We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I'm from Ireland. I'm from India, based here for the last 17 years, working in the wheelchair sitting service. SITTEC is a part of Enable Ireland. We look after kids with disabilities, starting from cerebral palsy, spina bifida, muscular dystrophies. And also we do get referrals from various other centers for people with multiple sclerosis, MND, I can say our traumatic brain injuries all over. We are mostly a charitable organization, work under the social care model. we manufacture our own products, like we buy wheelchairs from suppliers, but we manufacture a seating system even. We make from a plenary seating system even to a customized, molded, fully what the need of the clients are. And that's how we operate it. And recently, before last year, I just thought of pushing myself into this to understand what we have it. And we are really happy to know that things are happening all over the world. For less resource settings, it's a good thing. And also we have gone through the basic and intermediate training packs. It's really good, really helpful for everyone. We do provide training to physios and OTs in Ireland, those who have passed their basic BSc and they are practicing the field of wheelchair and sitting services. And from referral till we issue the system, we have our client load of around 650 clients who attend our service, with 3 clinicians and 5 engineers working for us at the same time. So this is a small service, but again, we cover a good part of Ireland. I think you all will probably, most of you will be traveling to Ireland in June for ESS, European Seating Symposium. Probably will catch some of you there. I have my 2 presentations to go on that also. Okay, thank you all.
Great,
enjoy.
Thank you, Chandra. So next up is Silvana Contipami from Ara, Argentina.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for this opportunity to present you the assistive technology, Argentinian Assistive Technology Organization. And I would like to, here is where we are in the world, very south. And I want to share with you 2 activities that we do in respect with seating and mobility. First of all, the Argentinian Assistive Technology Association, that it was founded in 2011, is organizing, we have 5 versions and we'll have this year probably the 6th one, the Latin American Seating Symposium throughout these years. And the other activity I want to share with you is that in our mission, of course, is to guarantee the access and the proper use of assistive products to each person who needs it, and also to strengthen all the system of assistive technology in our country and collaborate with other countries in Latin America too, especially Spanish-speaking countries. But regarding seating and mobility, one of our goals was to guarantee the access to the appropriate wheelchair through a wheelchair service provision in 8 steps in our country, where there's a lot of places very vulnerable and they do not have this access. So we did collaboration program with ISWP. It started 2 years ago, and we know and we have a lot of confidence in this because we want to professionalize the wheelchair sector, to be all in the same page when we talk about what is wheelchair service provision and how to do it. No, so this collaboration program is that as we are local people, and some of us are trained on how to deliver the basic course, we do it through ATA, through the Assistive Technology Association. We provide for the population this course, and then with the purpose of promoting the certification of ISWP, that it's as they say, it's an international certification, and the main thing we believe is that with this program we will start being in the same talking about the same things when we talk of wheelchair service provision. So we are happy with this, and I want to thank ISWP that allow us to make this program, and we are very happy with it. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Silvana. The next one on my list is Deb Wilson from Seating to Go, New Zealand.
Kia ora, everybody. So Seating to Go is an assessment and training and repair wheelchair service, wheelchair and seating assessment service. And I'm just going to focus on the training aspect of our service. So here in New Zealand, we have a Ministry of Health credentialing framework for people who are prescribing wheelchair and seating equipment. And Seating to Go provides the training workshops that form part of that competency pathway. We also obviously deliver the Oceania Seating Symposium in partnership with Swinburne University of Technology in Melbourne and with the support from ISS. And I guess the reason for Oceania Seating Symposium is trying to make, worldwide, international information available and networking. And so it aligns with the values of ISWP. And I think, one of the things for me is if you're wanting to create change, you need to be part of that process. And I think, having this community of international wheelchair professionals coming together, having dialogue, getting involved in committees just helps to progress, improvement across all settings, whether they're resourced or less resourced. We also work alongside Motivation Australia and some of the wheelchair service providers in the Pacific Island who've often done the WHO basic and intermediate training, and then we supplement that training with some additional mentoring and coaching in country. And more recently, I've been involved with ISWP on the Wheelchair Educators Package Development Group. And for me, that will go, that whole program is going to be amazing in terms of providing resources for educators, but also resources for people who want to advocate for appropriate training and appropriate wheelchair service provision. So in New Zealand, I guess where I see that really helping us is to advocate for more undergraduate training for OTs, PTs, and prosthetics, orthotics, probably to a lesser degree in New Zealand, but definitely the undergraduate OT, PT program. So yeah, get involved, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Deb. So I just quickly scanned through my list and some of them are not here with us today. So I now will open the floor for anybody else from the audience who would like to provide an update from your organization. Is anybody else who would like to provide an update? Please feel free to. Okay. Okay.
Krithika,
So
I may share a brief one wearing my other hat if I could. I know that several of you also wear multiple hats. I am a faculty member at the University of Pittsburgh and happen to be the program director for the Master of Rehabilitation Technology program. I pasted the link in the chat. And why I wanted to bring it to your attention is that this program is now online. Meaning that we will have students from all around the world participating, and we do offer a scholarship for students who can demonstrate financial need, as well as describe how they contribute to diversity based on personal characteristics or how they contribute to diversity, equity, and inclusion in their professional work. So also please feel free to contact me if you have questions about this. The program can be completed in 1 year for students who are going full-time and upwards of 2 or 3 years for students that are going part-time, depending on how many courses they want to take at a time. So thank you so much, Krithika.
Thank you so much, Dr. Goldberg. So that brings us to the end of the session. So we now will have the question and answers. So does anybody have any questions for the ISWP team? We're more than happy to answer in this platform. So let us know if you have any questions through the chat, or please use the mic feature. Any questions for us?
Krithika, do you have many members from Australia in your ISWP?
Thank you, Carolyn. Yes, we do. There is a cool feature in our website. It's the interactive map, which where you can actually filter the members from our website based on different professions. So we have over 6,400 members, and I'm guessing we probably have at least 100 plus from Australia. We have great partners there. So you're more than welcome to join us on our website and explore the interactive map feature. So I'm just going to drop the link to our website. And you're welcome to join us.
Thank you.
Krithika, could you or Mary talk about the mentoring program and the networking that happens in regard to that?
Krithika, do you want me to take it?
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah, we have piloted a mentoring program where clinicians and providers that are experienced at the intermediate level of wheelchair service provision, so those devices that are requiring postural support devices, to mentor a provider that has less experience. Ideally, this would coach them through the process also to become a certified wheelchair service provider so that they can be welcomed into this community of practice, of sharing, where those who are already certified are able to be contacted with complex clinical questions and so on. We have a variety of training modules and then focus the sessions around specifically where the trainee or the service provider is looking to expand their skills. So if you're interested in participating in the mentoring program, I would welcome you to contact Krithika to find out more information. I see that Ali was also asking for email, maybe Krithika. So if you wouldn't mind just dropping in your email again, Krithika, that would be great. And thank you, Deb, for that.
Thank you, Deb. Thank you, Ali. I just dropped my email address. If you have any further questions, please feel free to email me. Any other questions from the group today? Okay, thank you so much. So that brings us towards the end of our session today. We sincerely thank your time for joining us, and we hope you have a wonderful day, evening, or afternoon, wherever you're joining from the world. And just wanted to give this opportunity for my team if they have any few last words to say before we close.
Just a plug again for the session on the Wheelchair Educators Package at 10:15 New Zealand time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Thank you all. Okay, everyone. I'll follow up with all the links in an email so you have all of them in one place. So thank you again for your time, and we will see you all in another interesting session. Thank you.
Thanks, Krithika.